I've been seeing so much performative man content on YouTube, TikTok. We even had our own performative man contest here in Toronto. Unfortunately, I had work. I couldn't go. Anyway, one of the staples that performative men have are Labubus. Things are pretty dope. And one thing that I think would be interesting to maximize your performative maleness is making custom clothes for your Labubus. So I made my own little performative man Labubu with selvage jeans. You just want to customize and make your little Labubu more unique. Let's get started. Here we have our cute little Labubu. We're gonna be making some clothes for her today. So I'm thinking about making maybe a top and some shorts, some jeans. Want to make it really nice and as performative as possible. All right, let's get started. Now, when you're making clothes for dolls or anything small like this, first thing you're gonna do is you have to make sure you have your measurements. I have my tape measure here, and let's measure the dimensions for a top. Let's get the waist measurement here. The waist measurement I have is 6 inches. 6 inches. Let's see, the length of the top is about 1.5 inches. Arm to arm is about 3 inches. 0.5 inches underarm. And I think that's it. I think that's all the dimensions we need. So I'm gonna try and take these measurements and put them up into a small little mock-up for a shirt. So I have a regular T-shaped pattern for the shirt. Normally when you make patterns for shirts, they kind of look like this, where you have the armholes, the neck, the shoulders, you know, the waist, the side of the shirt, stuff like that. But because this doll is just such a unique shape, the head is huge, the waist is like a different size, everything is just sort of not really human shaped, so I can't really make it like this. So having to sew stuff like these curves are going to be very difficult to do. So I'm going to reduce the complexity to make it look like a regular T-shaped shirt. What I'm going to do, I have all the dimensions here, so let's just break down the dimensions that we have. We have the waist down here, which we got with 6 inches. So since I'm cutting that in half, making 2 of these, by the way, so that's why all these are in half. It's going to be 3 inches plus seam allowance. The seam allowance for this is going to be 1/4 inch seam allowance. Just added 2 quarters on each side, so it's 1/2 inch together. And I did that for pretty much all the dimensions here. I am going to cut this out of paper, and hopefully when you see it out of paper, it'll make more sense when you see it. Ta-da! We're done. Here's what this looks so goofy, man. You're really gonna have to trust the process on this. Here's what the shirt pattern looks like. Ooh, this looks kind of big though. Will this be the first Tall Tailor L? I don't know, guys. Let's wait and see. So I'm gonna cut this out of fabric. 2 pieces of these. So one's gonna be for the front and one's gonna be for the back. So I'm gonna go cut this and I will be right back. Voila, we're done. That's the paper one, cloth, and we have another cloth. So let's go to the sewing machine and stitch these together. But first off, let me show you exactly how I'm going to stitch them. I'm going to stitch a tiny hem, like 1/8 of an inch, maybe less, hem on the shirt like that. And I'm going to stitch a tiny hem about, it's going to be kind of curved. It's going to be from here curved over. It's going to be a tiny curve the hem like that. I'm going to stitch it around here, about like 1/2 inch from the edges of the shirt, just so that it's kind of acts like a collar, so that the collar is not frayed. And hopefully this will be big enough to go over the head of the Labubu. If not, then ooh, I don't know, this might not be big enough to go over the head of the Labubu, guys. Anyway, I'm gonna take this to the sewing machine and we'll figure out and see. And we're back from the sewing machine. The first thing, which is pretty easy, oh actually wait, before that, I switched my needle to these Microtex needles because the material that I'm using is a stretch fabric, so it's really stretchy. I want to make sure that when you use stretch fabric, you're using the appropriate needles so that the stitches don't pop or break or anything like that. Okay, now that we got this down, the Microtex, let's go on to the stitches I made. Really small stitches, kind of like how you do a pants hem, but I used it's about like 1/8 of an inch, and I didn't double fold it because double folding it would be way too bulky for this small of a garment. And the top, so this is the bottom of the shirt, and the top of the shirt, you can see I started about 1/2 an inch, maybe more, maybe less, about from the edge, and then I curved in the hem, and then I stopped about, again, 1/2 an inch to 3/4 of an inch from the edge. That way, when I stitch up the sides, the middle part will still have the hem. And I did that for this shirt, this part, and I did that for this part of the shirt as well. So the front and the back, they're both the same pieces, so it doesn't really matter. And now I'm going to attach and stitch those right sides together. So I'm going to stitch up from the bottom here, from the hem, this edge right here, up and then over, and then I'm going to stitch about 1/2 an inch to 3/4 of an inch. I don't know why, this is kind of low-key getting me pretty excited. So this is the shirt. I'm just gonna flip it inside out, so it'll be a little bit easier for you guys to see. Flip it inside out, there we go. Okay, hopefully you guys can see that this is a shirt. It's like a cute little mini tee. Maybe this is like how excited people feel like when they make baby clothes. So this is what the shirt looks like. It's pretty much done. Now we can try and put it on our Labubu. As you can see, it's gonna be a little bit too small to fit over its head. Oh wait, maybe not actually. This fabric's really stretchy, holy crap. Okay, wait, I don't wanna stretch it. It could probably fit around the head, but I don't wanna stretch it. Instead, I'm going to fit it. It's actually really surprising how far you could stretch, that's crazy. I'm gonna fit it around the legs because the legs are smaller. So put it around the legs, you can kind of see, put it around the legs there. And then one armhole, and then, oh, hold on, 2 armholes, boom, and boom. Look how cute it is. This is kind of funny, man. I don't know. This is kind of funny. Look at the cute little t-shirt. Aww, cute little t-shirt. It's got a cute white little. This is actually pretty funny. I don't know. I'm getting a lot of enjoyment out of this. This is actually really making my day. I really like this. This is the t-shirt. Got the little gold chain. Yeah. So we have our Labubu in our cute little white t-shirt, and I made the t-shirt pattern. I also I guess not really went out of my way, but I made a pants pattern as well too, and I made some selvage denim for the Labubu. You can see a little selvage ID on the side there, boom, selvage denim, and drew little pockets on it as well. And let's try those on. Let's try these pants on. Oh, why are the pants kind of more difficult to put on than the shirt? Okay, there we go. We got the pants on and we got the shirt. Ooh, a little performative little Labubu. Okay, that's it. That's the video. And we're back. In case I didn't say it before in the video, I'm going to post the patterns in a Google Docs link down below so you guys can see. They're basically these 2 patterns here. They're just really simple for me to derive. It didn't really take too long, but in case you guys don't want to do the work, I'm going to post these patterns below. If you guys want to see me make other clothes for this Labubu, maybe I'll make like a hoodie or like, I don't know, like a dress or something. I don't know. But let me know what you think in the comment section below. I'll see you guys in another video. Thank you again for watching. Like, comment, subscribe, all that kind of stuff. Blah, blah, blah. Okay, bye. Love you. Bye.